904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
This is the longest week, bro. Feels like it should be Friday or Saturday, not Thursday.
Okay.
Taking forever.
Until I get my check, I'm good. I can delay.
Wait, until you get your check?
Yeah, I need it. I'm hoping that it comes any day now because the first is around the corner.
Usually people are like, I need to fly by to get my check. James like, no, bump this check.
Nah, because unless I know it's coming tomorrow, the first is here soon. I'm nervous. I need that money to replenish.
I got you. That makes sense. All right. It is the Sports Den. The weekend is coming, so you might as well get ready for ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Going by there tomorrow. You still got time tonight, right?
Yeah, about
first
an hour.
Weekend with no football in a long time, so you're going to want to have something to do. You're going to want to have to.
You need to
just drink in a corner by yourself.
Correct.
You know what?
Well, we're
maybe
friends.
you'll watch some basketball. Some of you guys.
Well, why would you do that?
I hate that. I hate when you do that.
It's good basketball coming on, probably.
I mean,
the light skin empire is starting.
The NBA has completely changed now. Now it's all about Brooklyn.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, LeBron's going to win the MVP. What do you mean?
They can bring as many people to Brooklyn as they want. A tree still won't grow in Brooklyn, and LeBron is still going to dominate them.
I mean, I hope so.
And the Davis, the eyebrow.
I'm not calling LeBron to beat them in the finals just yet. I'm just saying the regular season, LeBron is playing superbly.
What would scare me is if they got rid of Kyrie.
They won't.
Then we're good.
They're going to give up 120 points a game, and then the Nets are going to score 125 points a game.
And all of a sudden, James Harden is Mr. Assist Man. Like, what do you have, 15, 17 last night?
This is the I quote. He said for the first time in a while, it feels good for him not to have everything on his shoulders.
So he's just bump Russell Westbrook?
I mean, I guess he's talking. Yeah, I mean, well, he was in Houston. Like he's been the shooter. Like that's a terrible statement for him to make. Like he's not the guy who's been the ball hawk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's saying I tried this ball hawk stuff and I'm not that man. KD is a better man than me.
He is exactly that man. I mean, it's just a matter of time for that blows up, right?
Yes. That's why I love what I'm loving that they're keeping Kyrie, because Kyrie is going to do something like Kyrie does. There's going to be some rule that's real simple that they need him to follow.
3 masks.
That he's going to break. Yeah, they're going to say 3 masks. He's going to wear 2. No, he's going to take 1.
Kyrie is not wearing a mask.
Number 2 in half and put it over his eyebrow or something. He's going to be like, I have my mask. He's going to do something. It's just Kyrie's got to be Kyrie.
And there's a bunch of people driving around going, why are they talking about the NBA? I do like the NBA.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, it's okay. I like the NBA. I'm just saying, it's not something I buy alcohol for. Football is, but NBA is not.
So are you a
alcohol
Senior Bowl?
in mourning.
Oh, dang.
I'm sad.
You did what?
I'm in mourning.
Why are you in mourning?
Because I don't know this new guy.
The new guy.
This new wide receiver coach.
Okay.
I know Keenan. I like Keenan. When I was in Indianapolis and Keenan came through, first I saw Keenan. Keenan was bumps the chest, throws the arms up. I'm like, what's up, bro? And we walked by. I'm like, I felt good.
Right.
I felt like I knew a really
he's already
knew
got
a
another
Jaguars.
job.
Where?
Isn't he going to Minnesota?
Yeah, he already got it.
I went and bumped them.
Yeah,
it took less than a few hours.
My bad. I'm sorry. I thought Keenan was
You
gone.
thought he's unemployed?
Well, he is gone from here.
Well, yeah, I thought he was unemployed. I want my dog working, man.
He's going to be with Jefferson.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine.
He's loving life.
Yeah, I think didn't he say he kind of knew? He kind of knew he wasn't going to be one of the guys.
Well, here, I'll just play it. He did have a meeting with Herbs, but basically Herbs was like, hey, the offensive coordinator that I bring in makes the decision.
Who are you?
Yeah.
He didn't say it like that. All right, here we go.
We had a conversation when he first got the job, and he just after that was kind of in limbo, and just to see what happens. He made it very clear to me that he was going to give his offensive coordinator a shot to build his staff, which I understand that's part of this business, and you want to be around guys that you're familiar with, and and that's just how this business goes. And I understood it and respected it, and you know what, you just got to move on, and so I'm the decision was a decision, and either way, even if I didn't get the job in Minnesota, wouldn't have any hard feelings because that's how this business is.
Man, Keenan Smooth is high end bourbon, man. Like I know you're not listening, but Keenan, man, let's if you got some time, dog, we get a cigar, get some drinks, man. Reminisce. I don't want to hang out with this new wide receiver coach.
Why?
I don't know him. His name sounds like somebody I don't want to have a drink with. Keenan is cool.
So if you didn't know Keenan, just the name alone tells you want to have a drink with
I'll be like this. If I heard that interview and that's what my wide receiver coach sounded like, damn it, pour up, drink.
What if your wide receiver coach was part of a 1 in 15 staff?
That would just make me drink.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I like Keenan too, but at the end of the day, we're the same two people who said they got a clean house.
Yes, that's true. That doesn't mean that I meant it for everybody. But I will say it is a better situation for him. Even though I do like the wide receivers we have, they're a little bit more exciting up that way.
I don't know why you don't want to go have a beer with Sanjay.
Sanjay Law.
Sanjay who? Kumka?
Sanjay Law.
Oh, you're talking about the CNN guy.
I never wanted to have a beer with the law.
I mean,
that's illegal.
No, like Law.
L-A-L. L-A-L, not L-A-W.
L-O, like laugh
L-A-L.
out loud?
L-A-L. Not O-L. A-L. I mean, my man's been with the Raiders.
From London.
Oh, he's a bloke.
Dude,
Really?
we can't have that.
He's from London?
Oh, do you
dear.
see it, JJ? You see what they're trying to do? This is how it starts.
They bring one in, and then they're like,
infiltrate us. The next thing you know, guys are eating toast and baked beans for breakfast.
Warm milk, hot beer.
They're gonna be in the middle of tea and crumpets.
Dude, they are obsessed with beans too.
That's what he said.
That's what I said.
Oh,
that's what they eat for breakfast.
I was reading his bio. It's
like,
actually impressive.
His bio has beans in it? Is that what made you say, oh?
It's his favorite food, beans. No. It is. I'm looking at it too. He's been with the Raiders, the Jets, the Bills, the Colts, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and the Jags.
How old is he?
51.
Okay. Because what I want, is it really that impressive when you've been with half the league? Or is it impressive that you keep a job?
It's impressive that someone from England even knows what
That's
football
true.
is.
This is.
Yeah,
are we sure he knows what that? It's not the kick football. It's the throw.
I mean, he's been with the Raiders, the Jets, the Bills, the Colts, the Cowboys, Seahawks, and Jags. I'm not.
Okay, maybe that's a bad sign that he's been an assistant at all.
That's
these
my
places.
point. Like when somebody
Y'all
tells
looking at this the wrong
when
way.
somebody tells me, "Oh, he was with the Seattle Seahawks for 10 years," or since Pete Carroll's been there. I know. I don't know. I was just saying, making a statement that he's been there since Pete Carroll's there. I can say, "Oh, longevity, success.
That's true.
He likes being here."
Or you could say that he's wanted, and so
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, if you saw he was with the Raiders from 2009 to 2011, and then he had a 4-year absence, I'd be like, "Oh crap, this dude's gotten whatever job he wants for the last 8 years."
Hey man, Diddy, I like you, man. You lie a lot.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Hey, so just check this right here. So JJ, there's a young because I can only say this. I'm just joking with you about that. It's a quote from a comedian. I only say this because you're a guy and I know you like women. So this is the only reason I'm using ladies. You could come with a lady and she's been in the last 12 years. She's been in 11 relationships. You can say she has a commitment issue, or you can say she's wanted.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't say you didn't have a commitment issue. That's not what y'all said.
That's my point. It's like people just don't want to be around him for a lot, or he stinks. I hope that he's wanted.
Now, the people not wanting to be around him could be true, but my only point is if he stunk, he wouldn't keep getting jobs. Like his last 2 jobs been the Seahawks and the Cowboys, both of which throw the ball pretty well with the pass.
He was a senior offensive assistant with the Seahawks.
I don't know what that means.
Past year,
he wasn't even he wasn't a position coach?
No, the last position coach he had was with Dallas, and that was 2018, 2019.
What's his background with Herbs? I can't find it.
It doesn't look like anything. Maybe he has a background with the offensive coordinator.
Maybe.
Because didn't the offensive coordinator come from where did he come from?
He did come from Seattle, right? We should know that.
Yeah, we should know that.
Detroit.
Thank you.
Oh. Man, Google needs to
Bevel,
update. Yeah. Google needs to update. They still got Jay Gruden. as the offensive coordinator.
What is my dog doing nowadays?
Jay? Crushing it.
Well, that goes without saying.
Well, let's look up Daryl Bevel's Wikipedia. Let's see where they. Yeah, where would they have crossed?
My guy Law played for the Scottish Claymores of NFL Europe.
I'm trying to find where they cross paths. I mean, if they said if Keenan, which is an upstanding young man, said that the offensive coordinator was making all the hires, then where were they together? Because Bevel was with the Seahawks from 11 to 17. Sanjay wasn't with the Seahawks then. Bevel was with the Lions. That's one of the teams Sanjay's not been with.
The Vikings?
Vikings 06 to 010. Nope. It's another one of the teams he hadn't been with.
They never coached on the same team together.
No, not college either.
Something fishy going on
There's something fishy. There's no past experience with Herbs or Bevel.
They just didn't want my dog, man.
No, they wanted a London guy.
They needed a bloke.
Yeah.
To make all of
like
this. To make this like really work.
So he can tell them where the good real estate is.
Yeah.
They just tried to slide this news under us.
Where to get the fish and chips.
You're not going to slide anything by us like that.
Apparently, there's a chicken place there that they're all obsessed with.
You know what? If
place.
Yeah,
if I go to London and somebody tries to take me to a fried chicken joint in London,
it's not even fried. I don't
then
think.
what kind of chicken is there?
What is Nando's is what it's called.
No, yes it is. You are right,
Well,
and they do have fried chicken.
Oh, it's grilled. I thought
they have this grilled. It's dope. It's like
how do you know
Pollo
this?
Tropical. When I went
it's
to South
really
Africa,
famous.
when I went to South Africa, it was there. Yep,
it's headquartered in South Africa. Actually.
Their food is so lacking, like the preservatives and the things that we have in America. I couldn't eat it for the first few days. Everything tasted funny because like they didn't have the steroids in their beef and all these other things. So Nando's was the first place that I almost went. It was like I was fasting in South Africa, and they were thinking like, "Oh man, James is really taking this mission trip to heart. He's over here getting closer to Jesus and fasting." So no, I can't eat. I'm hungry. I'm starving. And I went to Nando's and I ate, and I was like, "Oh my god, this chicken
Nando's is
great."
the name of it.
They have one in Washington D.C.
That's why he reacted like that, because he remembers a time and when his body was completely shut down.
Yes, it was
with no nutrients, and then the first thing he had was Nando's.
You know the best
You'll
pizza?
always remember
Nando's and grape tizer and apple tizer.
The best pizza I've ever had was in Paris.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been to Italy?
No.
Okay, well, okay, close enough.
No. I don't even know the name of it, but it was really good. I don't know. I don't know what Sanjay's deal is. I mean, I guess we could go back and look up the passing games at these places he's been, which from top of my head, the Colts, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks have always been fairly good throwing the ball, right?
Yeah.
That's his last three teams.
What does a wide receiver coach do?
Coaches the wide receivers.
But like, what do they do?
What do you mean?
So they don't.
That's like saying, what does the offensive line coach do?
Okay.
Right?
I mean, because sometimes when I ask like what certain assistants do, you're like, oh, nothing really.
Oh, it's not the running backs coach in college.
Okay.
Yeah. In college, the running backs coach is, just extra.
Yeah, it's the most useless position coach.
Yeah.
In football is college is a running backs coach.
In the NFL, there's not recruiting, so they all have to be legitimate coaches. In college, if you can recruit, they'll just put you. They'll say
running
you're
back
anywhere.
coach, tight end coach.
Yeah.
Like just think about it like this: you can either run or you can't. Like you either got the vision or you don't.
Can either see or you
that's not something that you just learn in college's vision.
You were recruited there for a reason.
They saw the film. They see, I like his eyes. I like his vision. Let's get this guy. He runs away from people very fast.
The running backs coach literally comes in and gets with the offensive line coach to teach protection to the running back, and then he's done for the year.
Basically, they run route to make sure they know their plays, pass pro, and run routes out the backfield, which you don't really do that often. Or it's really just a swing route. It's very simple.
And now they've only got one running back. There's not a fullback, so
even easier. So now you don't have to teach run blocking.
Yeah. Hey, let's get into the schedules, and then I do want to get into the Jags quarterback coach discussion a little bit as well. But we didn't really talk about schedules other than the SEC releasing them. The ACC released theirs today as well. I want to get y'all's opinions on the Florida State and Miami schedules, and we'll also go through Florida and Georgia's schedule as well. I mean, we'll pick some wins, some easy wins. We do this every year with Florida State. Every single year with Florida State. It could be 4 wins or it could be 8 wins. I'm interested to see which way James goes this year after back-to-back 8-win predictions.
Hello, friends. This is Jim Nance of CBS Sports.
I'm Marvin Lewis.
This is Archie Manning. You're listening to 1010 XL.
1010 XL.
1010 XL.
92.5 FM.
Take your romance game to a whole new level this Valentine's with Diamonds Direct's most popular offer ever. 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase happening right now. You know jewelry is the perfect gift to celebrate your love. And with this incredible offer, you can afford to go big. Like a $6,000 diamond tennis bracelet, just $100 a month. Or a $3,000 pair of diamond earrings, just $50 a month. Diamonds Direct has teamed up with the world's top jewelry designers for an expanded selection of Valentine's surprises for any budget. Romantic gifts starting as low as $400. Rings, earrings, pendants, bands, colored gemstones. The guaranteed largest selection, highest quality, and always the best value. Whether you shop in store or online at diamondsdirect.com. Make this the most memorable Valentine's ever with 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase, including engagement rings. Now through Valentine's Day. Celebrate your love at Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
The big game is finally here, and you can follow all the action at betonline.net. Tampa, the first team in history to play for the title on their home field, is currently a 5-point underdog against Kansas City, looking for back-to-back titles for the first time in almost 20 years. It's the GOAT against his successor. Check out all the props this week at betonline.net, including game MVP, winning margin of victory, and the length of the national anthem. Always available online or your mobile device. Visit betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net.
And now, high-flying Jack O with the first pick of the barbecue draft. Jacksonville selects Woody's Barbecue as their number 1 selection.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat.
Hey, do you owe more than $25K on your car, a truck, or that toy in the driveway? Refinance your auto loan with One-to-One Financial. We'll not only lower your payments, but we'll put $200 cash in your pocket. Plus, we have the lowest loan rates in town. Make some room in your budget and put more cash in your pocket. When you refinance with One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Apply today at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. There are certain things everyone hates doing. Going to the DMV, waiting on the cable repairman, and getting your vehicle serviced. Why? Because nobody has the patience. That's why Big Chief Tire prioritizes your time by getting the job done right the first time. They understand you want a stress-free experience where you don't get upsold on products or services you don't need. Schedule an appointment with Big Chief Tire's team of experts by visiting any of their 4 conveniently located Jacksonville stores or going online to BigChiefService.com.
If one of your resolutions was to spend more time together, get a Valentine's Day gift you both can enjoy all year round. A set of custom cornhole boards from Mystic Cornhole Company. You'll both love it at MysticCornholeCompany.com.
1010XL shines the spotlight on the High School Scholar Athlete of the Week. Listen for the High School Scholar Athlete Wednesdays on The Frangie Show. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
RV memories begin at General RV, your premier RV dealer. At our Orange Park Supercenter, you'll find exclusive discounts and the largest selection of inventory. Our sales, service, and parts experts will help you camp with confidence. Bring home the RV of your dreams with our lowest payments ever and all-time low financing. Plus, we're giving you a trade-in bonus on top of your trade-in value. See why more than 1 million customers have trusted us since 1962. Go to GeneralRV.com or stop by General RV in Orange Park on Wells Road off 295.
Hey, this is First Coast YMCA Sports Commissioner Bert Cannon. Youth sports are back at the Y. We know that now, more than ever, our kids need to experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, flag football, and more. And now, youth sports are free with your family's YMCA membership. Kids Zone 2. Visit fcymca.org to learn all things Dad, Mom, and kids love to do at the Y.
Are you having trouble in the bedroom? If so, we can't help you. But if you're having trouble in the boardroom and your business needs a lift, Beeson4 can improve your performance with safe, effective digital marketing. Beeson4's PPC, social media, and SEO services stretch your marketing dollars, helping your budget last longer and your results grow stronger. Look, there's no magic pill. If you're not using digital marketing, you're probably falling flat. Let Beeson4 help get your business mojo on. Visit BESON4.com. That's Beeson4.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Ketchup conversations at the break. So y'all don't eat Hunt's ketchup?
I eat whatever ketchup
is wrong with y'all.
I've never even noticed the difference.
I am not.
What?
I am not a
Sorry, dude.
segregationist to ketchups.
You're telling me that you don't
Damn,
know
I
the
didn't know
difference
this
in
was your
Hunt's and
thing.
Heinz?
If you put them both in front of me, I would probably have a hard time deciphering the difference.
I'm with you, man. This is not like Coke and Pepsi.
Oh,
Not even close.
oh, it's exactly like
This
Coke
is
and
not.
Pepsi.
It's ketchup. It's ketchup. You know what? My
First of all,
favorite
I don't
ketchup
even like
is
ketchup in general.
my
like
favorite
that.
ketchup is the store brand. So
What is-
please, just whatever. It
Like
doesn't
great
matter.
value.
Yeah, great
can't-
value ketchup. Give it to me.
Look, I mean, I can't.
Now my
associate with you
mustard,
people.
I am going to admit, if I have a choice, I would like some spicy mustard. It's delicious,
Wow.
especially on a dog.
Yeah, what do you eat on a hot dog, Denny? You put ketchup on it, don't you?
Ketchup and mustard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love mustard.
People who are snobs that say
good.
you can't put ketchup on a hot dog. I don't understand.
What?
that.
What? You're eating a hot dog? What? Like
They're
you can't
just put
judge.
They
You, can,
want just mustard.
you can put whatever you want on. You don't even know what the damn hot dog's made of.
Not a clue. And I tell people don't judge me. Like people judge hot
If
dogs.
I've got
too much.
chili, yeah, that's
chili's
going on
going
there.
in. Chili and mustard. I'm not putting ketchup.
The
on
worst
it,
is
chili,
the
though.
Chicago when they put like a whole salad on top.
Yeah, I
And
don't
they're
need
like, oh,
the
this is
veggies.
good.
That's not where I need my veggies at. I'm going to eat a salad or I'm not.
No, it's not good. And neither is your pizza.
Oh.
And neither is your crime. What do you guys have?
No, the pizza's
And by the way,
amazing.
no way. You gotta like eat it with a fork.
It's a good pie, man.
The pizza is
It's
amazing.
a good pie.
Disagree.
Well, somebody that can't tell the difference in Hunt's and Heinz, I really
You don't
can't trust
respect
your
my
food.
opinion
Yeah, I
anyway.
mean,
Did you know it's called the Windy City not because of the weather, but because apparently back in the day, like it would be a right wing city and then a left wing city, and it would go back and forth.
Oh.
well, Have you been to Chicago?
No,
It is windy.
I've heard, but I'm just saying that's not why originally it was called.
Really?
I went in October. Did not know it was cold in October.
Mm.
It is.
It's very.
It's very cold.
Yes.
And like, so the airplane, you go in there, I walked out to the street for some reason, thinking that's where I was going to get my cab before I walked back. And when you get from it's like it's a little covering. And then when you go up, the wind just sucker punches.
It slaps you.
It just
Yeah.
whap, like, get back in there. Like,
Yeah. It's bad.
like, it made me tear up a little bit. Like my eyes just.
I mean, it's a cool city and all, but I can't imagine living there. You imagine walking out every day to that?
I mean, if they talk about crime so bad, like Mad Dads would be completely ineffective.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to figure out how people are still alive there. Like, because as many shootings have happened over there, like it's got to be
Counting up the numbers.
The entire South Side has got to be gone. Like,
Why
there
are
can't
these
be
people outside? It's too cold.
That's like, I get the heat, I get the summertime because you finally seen your op.
Right. It's nice. You're nice.
It's nice outside. It's on site beef, but for like 6-7 months out actually for 8 months out the
You've
year,
been
it's
stewing
cold.
for 8 months.
Yeah, it's cold. So you only got 4 months to get stuff done.
Maybe they're averaging it out over 12
Ah,
months.
Okay, that might be it. They just got to space it. They just found out about these.
But yes, I will leave your restaurant and not come back if you serve Hunt's ketchup.
Wow.
Take note, people.
Yes. Yes. We'll definitely do that. Schedules
Yes.
came out. Let's start with Florida State. That's always a fun one to start with. The Florida State schedule. They start with Notre Dame
It's very favorable.
at Doak Campbell. Then Jacksonville State
Mm-hmm.
at home again. Then away at Truist Field. That's what it's called now.
Wake Forest.
Wake
That's a bank,
Forest.
ain't it?
It used to be. I thought it used to be called something else.
The BB&T, I thought.
Yeah.
Another
is
bank.
also-
Truist probably bought BB&T.
I don't know.
Which I don't know.
Then Louisville. Then Syracuse, both at home. Then away at North Carolina. Then UMass after the bye at home. Then Clemson away. NC State at home. Miami at home. Boston College in November 20th away. And then at the Florida Gators. So,
Mhm.
If I carry the one, they're going to go 0-12. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
Good beat.
Let's go. See, I like the
Would
Notre
he
Dame.
keep his job?
He's not. If he went defeated,
no.
Yes. After this, like we don't got enough money to fire him. They'll make all kinds of excuses.
They would come up with.
Yeah, they would.
Well,
they'd be selling lemonade everywhere.
Willie's. There's still 5 of Willie's guys left. He just needs more time. That COVID year was really weird. They just got to buy in. They're getting close. They're climbing. That's what they would say.
You could start off 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose to Notre Dame,
mm-hmm.
you could beat Jacksonville State, Wake. Who knows what Louisville is from year to year?
Mm-hmm.
And Syracuse.
Tutu Atwell isn't there, which is great.
Well, didn't they have like 3 Heisman candidates?
Tutu, the quarterback, and the running back.
Quarterback was terrible.
Quarterback didn't do well. The Tutu Atwell was.
Yeah, no, he was legit. So you could start out legit 4-1, then 4-2, 5-2, 5-3. If you could lose 2 games in one, you'd do that. But 5-3. Again, NC State. Like, I don't know anything about them.
I know they got 2 of our guys.
I'll come back to that. 5-4 with Miami.
Really? With no quarterback?
And I mean, they've got.
And they just lost their defensive coordinator.
They'll have their quarterback by then. That's November 13th.
Yeah, he'll still be a freshman, but that's
no.
If they have to play King coming off of an ACL, they're in trouble. Just think about that.
I mean, y'all
they're
are
in that bad of a situation.
Y'all are probably playing a quarterback
that lost his that almost lost his leg. I understand,
right?
But it's been 2 years. Like an ACL coming off of an ACL.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Miami.
In a year.
I'm gonna give it to Miami for right now.
I'm just making that suggestion.
I got you. I don't know anything about Boston College, but y'all will win that one. So what does that have me at?
They're 6.
Okay. So 7-5 if I give you NC State, right? 7-5 or 6-6, somewhere right around there. Assuming Louisville is Louisville, they don't have the once every 4-year run that they seem to have. How far off am I from the James Coleman prediction?
Not far at all.
Okay.
7-5 is respectable. Going to a bowl game, you win 8, and that gets you. It's a pretty good year.
Frankly, 6-6 isn't good enough.
That's why you can't go 6-6. That's if you don't know who that voice is. That's the voice of the athletic director at Florida State, Coburn, after they dismissed the one Willie Jerome Taggart.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody asked the question is if he would have stayed and they would have went 6-6, would you have kept him? He said, frankly, 6-6 is not good enough at Florida State. I think they have a reasonable chance of going 6-1 going into Clemson, but more than likely it'll be 5-2.
Who was the?
If they lose the 2 games,
North Carolina.
NC State went 8-4 last year, by the way.
Who did?
NC State.
With 2 different
so
quarterbacks.
6-6. North Carolina.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like
North Carolina doesn't. I mean,
here's why I'm gonna say this. North Carolina scares me coming in.
Just because of Sam Howell, right?
Sam Howell, they got their wide receivers coming back. The running backs are gone, but they were good. Florida State punched North Carolina in the face,
and
it took them a while to get their bearings back. And North Carolina lost that game more than FSU won that game. If North Carolina gets one, if 5 miraculous drops or 4 miraculous drops,
I forgot about that.
North Carolina wins that game. If North Carolina gets
back,
another
right?
drive, yes. If they get another drive, they win that game.
God, that seems like 3 years ago.
Right. And everything after that game shows you that game might have been a fluke. But that's the beautiful thing about having some talent on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame really tells you a lot about what you have for Florida State. If they lay down again, then you're going to struggle. But Louisville beat the top Pine Tar for Florida State last year. But the year before that, Florida State beat the top Pine Tar for Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina State beat Florida State by 3 scores. But the year before that was when you saw Bailey Hockman get brutalized at Doak. So, I mean, those can go either way. Miami, it has a better roster than Florida State. I don't know. Like, I guess I have a lot of question marks. So, if Mackenzie Milton or if McKenzie Milton is who he's supposed to be, or Jordan Travis has elevated to the level to keep McKenzie Milton out of the starting lineup, then Florida State could be good if Jordan Travis is actually healthy. Because what he's able to do with his legs is dynamic. Yeah. And if I don't believe he's as bad of a thrower as they are as bad of play callers with him not being ready for him. Because every time he dropped back and climbed the pocket, the deep ball was there. And it was sexy.
I can tell you they like Jordan Travis.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Travis. I think Jordan Travis is the quarterback that everybody wants or brags about. Like that competitor, that warrior, that tough guy. This guy gritted it out last year. And I think that energy is contagious. And you add some elements that you've made upgrades with on the offense. DJ Williams, who was his true freshman year, was that guy at Auburn. Tank is just that good that came in and beat him out. DJ Williams is going to be your quarterback. Going to be your running back. Jerrion Jones hopefully is fully healthy coming off of his ACL. And you saw toward the end of the year, you started to see some more of that burst. So that running back seg is better. I believe the wide receiver seg is about as good as it was. Depends on if they get Destin Hill next Wednesday, which I believe they will get, wide receiver out of Louisiana. And the young man who's coming from Parchment, who's coming from Kansas, who was not this past season, but the season before when we were outside before COVID, was one of the dynamic wide receivers in the Big 12. So you've got stuff like that. But the biggest question mark at Florida State, because a lot of people give buys because they like Mike Norvell. They give a lot of grace, right? Even though I think the offense wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. But they give a lot of grace because they like Mike. But that defense, man. God.
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't know if they really did anything to upgrade a lot. Like they got the defensive end from Georgia. I believe his last name is Johnson. Good. But that could be a slightly better version of Janaris Robinson that you just lost. You didn't really do anything to upgrade your linebacker. Your D tackle, if those guys show up, they're better than they were last year. They just stunk last year. Mm-hmm. In your secondary, you got Demore Tate, who is highly recruited. You got Trevor. It's still a lot of question marks. And
I don't think
they were beat by a line.
Portal, though.
You said what?
I don't think they're even close to done in the
Florida
portal.
State has to be. There's no choice because you only get, no matter what happens in the portal, and this is what's crazy.
They brought that many in?
You can. They put rules on it. You could only replace the amount of guys that you were supposed to lose, like legally lose. So Florida State was at 26. They're at 24 already. So that's between high school seniors and transfers.
So guys let me ask you this. So guys that just happen to leave don't count? They have
to have done it by a certain time.
And that time's passed?
That time's passed. So like if they lose.
I didn't realize that.
So from what I understand. But there may be, I know there's about 5 or 6 guys that probably are going to leave after spring across the NCAA. But I don't think they can replace those guys. That's why I'm going to always be critical until you win. Because, see, you made the decision to rid yourself of 45 of the 75 guys that were there when you originally got there. This is your team. This is Mike Norvell's team now. Mm-hmm. Like, so if he doesn't win, that's on him. And you can say whatever you want to say about the schedule. When he took the job, this schedule was known. The skeleton of it. Like, you knew Notre Dame was going to be here. You knew this was the off year that you played at North Carolina. You knew Clemson's always going to be on the schedule. Miami's always on the schedule. And Florida's always on the schedule. So you knew those teams were going to be on there. Guess what happens next year? Louisiana State is on that schedule. Mm. And then the year after that, Notre Dame again. It's just you knew these things were happening. And you took the job. So you should have probably been, if you did and it's working out the way you want to, great. But if it's not, then you probably should have been just a little bit more, how do you say, like diplomatic about it.
So you're saying 7?
No, I'm never going to change. 8 wins is the minimum.
Well, okay,
And
I got that it's the standard, but if you're betting,
there are 8 wins on that schedule. I'm not betting on these guys until they show that they're betting worthy. If I'm gonna bet, you want to know. So you want to know me betting? Betting, I'll go under 7 because I can't. They're too unpredictable, so I have to predict the worst.
By saying 8 wins, you're saying Jacksonville State, Wake Forest, Louisville, Syracuse, UMass, NC State, Boston College, and either Miami or North Carolina.
Right. What I'm saying is this. I'm going to concede Notre Dame, Clemson, and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say in order to start taking the steps to come back, you have got to be able to pull or compete against your North Carolinas and your Miamis.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
At worst, you are on the same level as Wake Forest, Louisville, Syracuse, North Carolina State, and Boston College. If you can't beat those guys, then let's just be real. With facing deficits, facing boosters, that people that want to talk trash on the internet but don't want to give money to the program, facing a school that's not going to build a football-only facility, facing budget cuts all across, seeing what Alabama's doing, seeing what Clemson is doing, seeing what other schools are doing, then you need to go ahead and do the right thing and be real with yourself and say we're not willing to compete and play big boy football. And the best, we want to play at a decent level, but we're just not willing to commit to the coaching, the administration, and the backing of a program that is worthy of Power 5 dominance. Because if you're not going to play to win championships, then why are you here? This conference, it's too expensive to be in this conference. I can see being Vanderbilt in the SEC. Mm-hmm. You're damn near making $100 million just by having a football program.
Right.
You're barely breaking 50 in the ACC. Like, it's other things. It's kind of like what I tell kids when they say they want to play sports. Like, yeah, I just want to have fun, blah, 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 chase butterfly. There's better things you can be doing with your hour. There's better things that I can be doing with my life for this hour. Like, go get better, be a better student. Go be Picasso. Go do something else. But there's better things that Florida State and Florida State fans can be doing with their time if you're going to just pretend. I don't need press conferences. I don't need coach speak. I don't need guys trying to rah-rah the crowd up. I need wins.
So when I was talking about Louisville and NC State, about you just don't know, is that what Florida State is now?
You just don't know?
Yeah. Like when Louisville and NC State fans, they have fans, right? Yeah, when their fans go through their schedule right now, what do they say when they get to Florida State? Is it, could win, or is it instant W, or is it still in their mind the logo and the loss?
It's the logo.
Right.
Like, it's still, we the fan, people in the fan could go and say, like, you're trolling, right? Like, outside of Florida. Florida knows they're in a pretty good position, but it's still a rivalry.
Well, we're going to get to Florida in a little bit.
But, like, you could go and say, oh, man, we're going to whoop y'all blah. Yeah, you guys sting. That's what fans do. The guys who got to put the britches on and put the helmets and strap it up, still, okay, they didn't recruit me. That guy had a lot of the accolades. I read the newspaper clippings with that guy. I saw him run through somebody's face mask in high school. They still can remember some of those things and know you it's like boxing. Like, you know that guy's got punch power. And if I play around with him, he's gonna knock my ass out.
LSU right. In Florida last year.
Facts.
Yeah.
But you're more confident than they ever were when I played. Like, when I played and once we got up 14 on somebody, they basically were packing their bags and ready to go.
Right.
Like, now, again, what happened with North Carolina? There's only one team that's done that I can really remember that's done that to me. And that was Miami. But they felt like the same way that we felt. Like this is now a day and age where a Florida State coach has to lie to a kid. Go and say, I still remember I was talking about that on the show. Like, I don't,
right.
Like, I don't know. I need some, like, if you're a coach, like, I would take this call. If you are a coach and you have legitimately had to go into a situation where you knew there was no chance in hell your guys were going to win, what did you tell your kids to make them go on the field? Like, how did you motivate them? Like, how do you talk to, like, because that seems like traumatic.
Like to all the people that are playing Clemson and Alabama every week. Like, the same question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's when
you just got to do it like 7 or 8 times a year.
Like, when I played, like, that was like, it was like, yes, we get to play a team that's on our level finally. I never had a coach say, like, yeah, there's no chance in hell we're beating these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Trevor Lawrence. You know he's the number 1 overall pick. And then there's some defensive end over there.
Let's get out of here
top
healthy.
5. Yeah, it's just, hey, guys, next week we play Sisters of the Poor, the blind school. And, let's make sure we go beat up on them like they beat up on us.
Well, let's go. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to get to Florida, Miami, and Georgia. It won't be quite the breakdown that James just gave us, but I do have some thoughts on. Oh, what's your prediction, JJ, for Florida State?
5 or 6.
That sounded very Dan Mullen-ish.
5
or 6 wins?
Yeah.
All right. We'll get your Miami prediction.
Definitely not 8.
Definitely not 8. We'll get JJ's Miami prediction. We'll talk Florida and Georgia. Georgia with another big quarterback commit today. Kirby just being Kirby. We'll get to all that coming up next.
The home of Jacksonville University sports.
This is head coach Tony Jackson. JU basketball is back at Swisher Gym this weekend hosting Liberty in another big ASUN Conference weekend. You can catch all the action live on 1010 XL. Tip is 7 on Friday, followed by 6 on Saturday.
Baloo here for NASCAR. Just go to NASCARs.com for a new or pre-owned golf cart. They have a mobile service. Come by, give you a brand new battery. You can upgrade your ride. They're open and available with a 24-hour service. Customize your cart. Favorite team, Jags, Gators, Knowles. Family owned. Visit NASCARs and allow our design team to build your dream cart. Visit NASCARs.com for new or used golf cart repair and replacements. NASCARTS.com.
Are you having difficulty paying your IRS personal or business taxes due to COVID-19? If you owe a tax debt, there has never been a better time than now to get a resolution. The IRS has rolled out historic tax debt removal guidelines under their Taxpayer Relief Initiative. This COVID-19 program provides opportunities to remove or lessen your tax burden that weren't previously available. The tax attorneys at J. David Tax Law are right here in Jacksonville and are experts at negotiating with the IRS. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you. Never trust your tax situation to anyone that's not local to you. We've helped thousands of Floridians to overcome IRS and sales tax debt. Let us help you. Call J. David Tax Law today for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Hi, I'm professional golfer Russell Knox, and when it came time for me to purchase my home, I was looking for professionals to guide me through the buying process, and I chose Exit Real Estate Gallery. The professionals were enjoyable to work with and made all the transactions very easy, and I would definitely recommend using Exit Real Estate Gallery to purchase your home.
Thanks, Russell. If you're looking to buy or sell your one-stop in Jacksonville, Exit Real Estate Gallery. Go online right now at propertyinjax.com.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Youth sports are getting back into full swing, so you know what that means. Custom Yetis so dads can keep their beer or sodas cold. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. Catch the Jacksonville Jaguars every day.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
With Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony talking teal every weekday from 10 to noon.
Jaguars Today
on 1010XL.
Russ Libby here from Hidden Hills Golf Club, letting you know that our annual range club is available to you. If you want to get your game in shape at our first-class practice facilities, come on out or call us at 620-0910.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost or broken keys and keyless entry remotes. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about commercial fence services. From automatic gates to security fence and railing, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, trained installers, and quality products. Trust your next commercial project with the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your commercial project today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den, brought to you by thehumidor.com. Thehumidor.com, where you go for all of your cigar needs. Go get a ton of them. All you can afford. And then get a little bit more, because when you type in Sports Den, you're going to get 20% off.
Right.
So it'll be a pleasant surprise.
Facts.
Sports Den, all lowercase, all one word, at thehumidor.com. Make sure you follow Sports Den social media and James' social media for his cigar recommendations. Right. You still doing that?
I haven't done it in a while. I'll kick it back up next week when I'm down in Tampa.
Well, I mean, if they're not following you yet, they've got like 20 to go look through.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
There's plenty. There's no end of suggestions.
There you go. Go follow sportsden_live, or what is it? Big Game James _36.
Yes, sir.
On both all your social media, same thing.
Yep, that in the Twitter.
There you go. Florida Gators schedule: FAU, South Florida to start the season.
Okay.
Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Vandy, LSU, Georgia, South Carolina, Samford, Missouri, and Florida State.
You're not worried about Willie at all.
No.
You're going to say that with a straight face?
Gosh, yes.
They just hired a pretty good position coach, or DC today.
Who'd they hire?
Stoops.
Oh.
Michael.
Good for them. Still not convinced they're going to have 11 on the field 90% of the time. No, I'm not worried about FAU. Not at all.
All right.
You know, funny thing is, they did not have that problem at FAU. Florida State ran into that problem numerous times this year. I think it might be the kids. It might just be stupid.
Maybe you're saying they have a higher level of kids at FAU right now.
Possibly.
Frank Gorson is there.
They got like
I just thought Frank Gorson was already like 30.
Well, isn't one of them like he's got to like if Frank Gore just lives one more season, he gets to play with his son.
If he makes it to actually he left FAU. He's now at Southern Miss.
Oh.
Okay. What was I gonna say? They not Frank Gore, Michael Irvin, Murder Ray,
his son,
Terrell
by the way,
Owens,
Michael Irvin's son sucked.
Peter Ward.
Okay.
And there's somebody else. Like all their kids go to FAU. Like if nothing else, like I would send if my son was old enough. Well, I could hang out with him anyway. But like if I was a normal person and my son was old enough to like at least go on a visit, that'd be a hell of a party for a parent.
I mean, Deion's kid was going to go there.
Yeah.
Till Deion took another job. The thing with Florida, like, I don't know what to think about Florida. I think they're fine at the quarterback position. They're fine at the offensive line.
The change of quarterback coach doesn't hurt?
It hurts. There's just a lot of talent.
Oh, okay.
There. So I mean, there's a ton of talent.
So the analyst is going to be straight.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Dan Mullen's the coach.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I was being serious. I know he was a defensive analyst.
Dan Mullen is going to be coaching the room. So I think what's funny about as bad as their defense was last year, there's a ton of draftable talent in Gainesville next year,
right,
in the front seven. Like when I say a ton, like possibly 3 first-round guys in the front seven. The problem is Grantham's still there. So you don't know, like, was that Grantham? Was it the guys they fired? Listen, they fired the guys because of the recruiting stuff, not because of the on-field stuff. But talent-wise, they should be a top 15 defense. I don't know about the back half, but the front half is what wins college football games a lot of times. And they're as good as anybody not named Alabama in the SEC in the front seven.
I mean, because they went 0 for it at the safety spot, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I remember they thought they had because Tyrion Arnold's probably is.
Well, Kyer Elam's legit.
Yes.
I mean, that's another first round talent guy. Like there's seriously 4 or 5 first round talent guys. If they're not any good defensively, then you know what the deal is. It's not talent in any way, shape, or form. It's coaching. All that being said, like I don't know, even as a Florida fan, what to expect. I said on Gator Bites, I think as a Florida fan right now, what you have to expect is what your expectation is or should be is to get to Atlanta. Now, this year's going to be a little harder because you've got Alabama. Last year, Georgia had Alabama.
Right.
And so you have to beat Georgia to get to Alabama because Georgia's schedule is much softer than Florida's schedule inside the SEC. All that being said, I mean, am I being overly optimistic at 10-2?
No.
Like, I think they beat either LSU or Georgia. One of those two. They don't beat both. But one of those two, they get a win.
I have you at 3, but I
9-3, I could see.
I can see 10-2. The reason I don't LSU Death Valley is gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm.
You're not beating Bama.
So it's all the Georgia game.
I think Georgia has a much better quarterback situation than they had last year.
Very true.
So I believe, and I think that's the only way to beat Florida. I mean, you can run the ball, but that they run defense. Your run defense is obviously a lot better.
It should be. It should be very good next year.
And I'm looking at the teams that actually have the talent to be able to do that against you. And there's only 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I assume I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really know what Missouri got. I know they were good until you guys got in that fight.
I think Missouri is the 4th best team on the schedule.
Okay. Samford, no. South Carolina, no. South Carolina is going to be in turmoil. I think the worst thing that you can do in today's NCAA, worse even with COVID, is fire a coach without having a quick named, big named replacement that is truly a force. And the only school that messed it up worse than South Carolina is Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 2 wins just off of pure anarchy,
right?
In disarray in their program. Like, people could call it culture if you want to. I just say it's common damn sense.
Mm-hmm.
You cut off the head and the body just runs around crazy. Kentucky is Kentucky. I think
they can give you a fight.
They can give you a fight, but I feel bad for Stoops. Stoops had it.
Mm-hmm.
Stoops messed it up. Stoops shouldn't have injured Felipe. Stoops doesn't injure Felipe.
He made some good hires this whole season.
And he's got Joey.
Yeah.
And they could do something, but I don't see that. Vanderbilt's not gonna beat you, but can I be honest about Vanderbilt?
Their quarterback's good.
That hire and the hires that he's made in his off field will be considered some of the most innovative stuff since what Alabama's been.
Who's he hired?
He hired the director of scouting for Rivals to be his recruiting coordinator.
Yep.
So you hired a guy who's seen it all, knows how to forget putting a board up, knows how to create the top ranked players, knows what goes into it with that. And he's got a staff. They've got a guy who's basically a director of pro personnel. His job is to get you ready for the next level as a pro with the off the field things. Like some of the things that they're doing, and they've got the smart stuff laid out. So if your kid is bright enough to go to Vanderbilt and has some talent, the pitch that they're going to be able to give to you in a few years is going to be pretty damn good.
And the coach came from another place where admissions was an issue. He had to overcome a lot at Notre Dame to get kids in. They don't let just anybody in.
So my thing is, in a few years, he's got something that, let's say it doesn't work out let's say Mark Stoops leaves Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to make a little bit bigger splash. Like he could take this and these things that have worked and bring them there. And it could be really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably, if I was going to bet, and you said the over-under's 10, I'd go under. Not probably, I definitely would. So I think you're probably right at 9-3. For some reason, I believe that they get one of those 3: Alabama, LSU, Georgia. I don't know why. And it's not I am going to say it could be Alabama just for the simple fact they get them so early and there would be a new quarterback. And they played Alabama really well this year.
Yeah, but
be coming off a loss to Miami as well.
Alabama's saying the same exact thing about Florida.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. But I'd rather play Alabama then than November 20th. I mean, I'd rather play them September 18th than when they're firing on all cylinders. It's not like they're never not.
You
firing
basically
on all
got the best of the SEC West this year.
Really?
Alabama and LSU. Only thing that could have been worse for your schedule is to put Texas A&M on it.
Yeah, is Texas A&M? You think LSU's better than Texas A&M?
I think
next year.
I think Jimbo will be. Everybody's expecting Jimbo to be that guy, like it was his first year, and they're going to be humbled.
That's fair. What do you say, JJ? Are you 9-3?
Yeah, I don't see y'all losing more than that.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, other than Alabama being on it, it's not kind of like what James said about if you've got LSU, you've got Georgia. I mean, it's about as soft a schedule as that you can get at Florida. It's still probably a top 20 schedule as far as difficulty, but it's about as easy as you can get at Florida. And the games needed at home. Well, Alabama's at home. So let's move to Miami real quick, and then we'll do Georgia. Miami's schedule
8-4.
Really?
Yeah.
Alabama, App State, Michigan State, Central Connecticut, Virginia, UNC, North Carolina State, Pitt, Georgia Tech, FSU, Virginia Tech, Duke. Wow, this dude says 10-2. The Miami Hurricanes beat writer.
High on drugs.
Wow.
Gonna lose to Bama. Gonna lose to UNC. Gonna lose to NC State or Pittsburgh. One of those.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. Yeah.
And gonna lose to probably like Virginia Tech or Duke or something.
Yeah, you're doing the Miami thing, right? Where it's like I don't know who.
Particular games, but just with one of these two,
Yeah, you look at that. Pitt, and I'm telling y'all, Georgia Tech's going to be a lot better. That running back is legit. So I see. You're looking at UNC, NC State, Pitt, Georgia Tech.
I do think they'll beat App State. I think they'll beat Michigan State. Whoever CCSU is, I'm assuming they'll get their ass
Central
kicked.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
You said 8-4?
Yeah.
I could see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that. I'm gonna go 8-4, 7-5, just because we don't know the quarterback position.
Correct.
Like if you knew that you were gonna have De'Aaron King back, I would say 9-3.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you say?
I say they should go 9-3.
You still think 9-3?
Yeah. I mean, I think
Michigan State though becomes tricky with a new quarterback.
They sucked so bad last year.
I think one thing I will say this with the Big Ten, I'm not counting. I don't know what to think about with the Big Ten. I do know traditionally they play very tough. They're a physical front. And if they can control the ball, it could be a Wisconsin type of game for you guys.
And they went 2-5, lost to Rutgers.
Did they really?
Lost 49-7 to Iowa.
Money. Mel Tucker is the equivalent of Nick Foles. Like, there was nobody bidding for Mel Tucker. They just gave him all that money.
I just think they had to. Well, they had to get him. Well, they had to get him out. Colorado paid Mel Tucker a good amount of money.
He was making. Didn't they pay him like $5 a year?
They had to get him out of Colorado. And there was like you say that nobody was entertaining Michigan State.
That's true. No, that's true.
I just think new coach last year. Mel Tucker is a defensive-minded guy. I think you give him some time, and they're never going to beat Ohio State. They'll be all right.
This guy, I should know his name, Justin DeTavio.
Okay.
Has them losing to Alabama.
Okay.
And UNC. That's it. He's got them winning out after UNC.
If they beat Alabama,
well, that's not
I won't even come back to work. I'll be that happy.
Where
are they playing that game?
Just end my life.
It's a neutral game, but is that like Dallas or Atlanta or something like that?
If they beat Alabama, man,
it's not happening. Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A game.
So that's Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got time to do Georgia real quick for 8 o'clock.
And they got a new quarterback today.
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton.
Badass name.
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton, who was committed to South Carolina for the longest time. And when Mike Bobo left South Carolina, he decommitted. Everybody thought he was going to Auburn. He ends up at Georgia. Kirby just doing it again.
He looks like what you would think, a Gunner Stockton.
Yeah, 3 5-stars and a 4-star currently in that room. Like,
how many stay?
Crazy. Well, at least for the next 2 years, all of them. Or at least for the next year, all of them. I mean, it's competition, but listen, somebody's going to leave in that, and whoever leaves, regardless of who it is,
it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, is going to be a first or second round pick. Like, that's going to happen, but you got to give it to Kirby for continuing to talk these guys into coming to a loaded room. It's like Alabama with running backs.
It's like Alabama with everything.
Yeah, that's very true. Georgia football schedule. Let's see. They've got Clemson week 1. Game of the week, far and away.
W.
You think Georgia beats them?
Yeah. Man.
I actually,
Why?
What about
DJ is awesome.
And Justin Ross is coming back. That backup running back that they had this year was legit.
Okay,
be a good game. Charlotte.
I'm not saying they're gonna blow them out. I'm just saying like what made Clemson like invincible was the feeling that Trevor Lawrence gave them a win and everything.
By the way,
my man sat across from us, and his voice changed when he talked about Clemson versus Trevor Lawrence versus Clemson with DJ.
Yeah.
Like nobody on like so. Think about what Georgia has faced. They faced a record-setting quarterback. I think they played LSU, right? Or no, they have whatever in the SEC. They faced Alabama.
Yeah, they played.
They've played Kyle Trask, who set records. They've played a ton of guys who were not Trevor, at least DJ. So that's not anything new to them. That's why.
But
that's
can they score with them? Is my point.
I mean,
they've got
the best receivers
in the country. Yeah,
they've got JT's probably going to be a top 5 to 10 pick next year.
They just for whatever
he's
reason,
coming back.
Yeah. JT says he's coming back for whatever reason. They didn't play this guy. That's the incompetence that Kirby had. Yes, I said it, Kirby. I still love you. That was dumb. You guys looked you guys saw these people in practice and decided that he was your third best option.
Stetson Bennett the fourth.
Like that name, Stetson Bennett the fourth does not sound like a quarterback. That sounds like somebody who I meet at a country club, like that
wants to do your taxes.
Yeah, they want somebody. Hi, I'm Stetson Bennett the fourth. He was It's a great story if he was good. It would have made an amazing movie. Former walk-on, goes to a JUCO, comes back on a scholarship, leads you to victory. If he could throw the ball
in one game,
if he could throw it over 15 yards consistently. DeJuan,
oh gosh,
great recovery,
another great story.
I love it, but let's be honest, man. I'm gonna say it for Kirby. You can't say this. I'm here for you, dog. I'm here to protect you, and you can say the things that I want to say that I can't say. I can say the things that you want to say that you can't say. He's a black kid that runs very fast, that's tall. Let's just do him a service, okay? Let's just make him a wide receiver, and let's just do it good.
Well, he's at Temple now.
Okay, well, even better.
I thought you were going to say he's a black quarterback coming off the Black Lives Matter summer we just had. That's
why he played him.
Yeah.
No, because Kirby wants to win more. Okay. Like Kirby just.
I was here for
maybe Kirby's just doing this because he loves Tom Rinaldi stories. So that's like two easy ones.
Yeah, it's layups, right?
By the way, this is the worst home schedule that I've ever seen in the SEC. Like this
worst as an easiest.
Just boring. Like I wouldn't even want to go to these games. It's UAB, South Carolina, Arkansas, Kentucky. Missouri and Charleston Southern.
Whoa.
That's their home schedule. Like, how bad is that?
At least they're not going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's awful.
Yikes.
I'm not going to give them Clemson just because where Clemson's at right now. But, I mean, you got to pick them to go 11-1, right? They're going to be favored in 11 games for sure.
That game's in Charlotte, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 11-1, 10-2 if you're a Georgia fan is a failure, right? Because that means you lost to Florida again.
Yeah.
You're not losing anybody else on the schedule.
Until the SEC title game.
Right. Yeah. I'm not counting that, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to say 11-1 for Georgia. They rattle off 11 in a row after losing the first one. Or if they beat Clemson, they'll lose one down the road. I'll go 11-1. They're not going undefeated. Y'all saying the same thing?
I say, yeah. Because I already said that Florida's probably going to lose to them, so I don't see anything else in there.
No.
Nothing scary.
I have breaking news.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Former Jaguar quarterback Mark Brunell has accepted the job as the quarterback coach for the Detroit Lions.
Are you serious?
I know. I saw that.
Dead
I saw that on the Twitter that he was doing an interview. That's cool. They said he was a radio host, and I was getting confused.
Yeah, on the other station, not ours.
Yeah,
I
but
think
that
maybe the
station-
one that we killed.
But he's been off of that for a while.
Okay.
And that's why I was
Wow.
confused.
He also does come on Jags Today once a week.
Okay,
So maybe that counts.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too.
Well, that kind of hurts my Jags segment that I was going to do because he was rumored to be interviewing for that job as well.
For your Jag segment?
For the Jags quarterback position. Quarterback
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, man.
He
How
passed
big is
up
your-
this
how big-
job for the Lions? What a loser.
We got to get to 8 o'clock. And I'll tell you, let's see, 90. Nope. There's a texter that texted us in. It texted just a little bit that's going to be my 8 o'clock. It's going to be 372. So 372, if you texted in, you're about to be the subject for at least the first little bit of 8 o'clock. We'll get to that coming up next.
Taking you from the line of scrimmage to the end zone. This is 1010 XL.
Bolt 24 keeping it real with Damian Lillard.
When you have no competition, it's obvious. Just like the Bolt 24 lineup with no artificial flavors or sweeteners, there is no competition.
Head to 7-Eleven and grab a Bolt 24 from the makers of Gatorade.
Bolt 24.
Are you happy with your current job in the HVAC industry? Weather Engineers employs Jacksonville's best in the industry, and they're looking to expand the family. If you have at least 2 to 3 years experience servicing HVAC systems, you owe it to yourself to work with a company that makes you feel a part of the family. Weather Engineers offers quality benefits, bonuses, and paid time off. Right now, new hire techs will get a sign-on bonus. Go to weatherengineers.com and click on Career Opportunities at the top of the page.
In 1921, U.S. Marine Corps surgeon Dr. Robert McKeever established the first urologic practice in Florida, the McKeever Clinic. I'm Dr. West. 100 years later, we continue to carry on his life's work in providing complete urologic care in Jacksonville. We have 13 board-certified urologists with many areas of expertise to provide the highest level of care for both men and women. Visit McKeeverClinic.com to learn more about how we can help. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urologic care since 1921.
Rediscovered the comfort of being home. Prosser here. Lifetime Enclosures can help with sunrooms, screen enclosures, lanai conversions, outdoor kitchens, you name it. They got it. My parents invested in their comfort with Lifetime Enclosures. They love their new and improved outdoor space. By coming into their showroom, you can enjoy up to an additional $450 in savings at Lifetime Enclosures. Their staff observes all CDC guidelines and social distancing. And don't forget to stop by Lifetime Flooring next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
Wholesale prices, premium service, tire outlet. No matter what you drive, we're here to keep your ride alive. We carry all major brands, full automotive repair. We're the very best that you can get. Wholesale prices, premium service, tire outlet.
Buying or selling surfboards, guitars, amps, or musical instruments or equipment? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to either buy them from you or sell you what you need. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Remember, folks, a healthy you starts with a healthy home. Zero Res stands ready to help. Zero Res is offering 20% off all tile cleaning and sealing. That's 20% off. Look now because this offer won't last long. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Nice. George left me a message about those orange circles in my yard.
Please enter your password.
Hey, Hacker. It's George Richardson with Peninsula Pest Control. And no, you're not bothering me. Call me anytime. What I think you're seeing is large patch fungus, and it's because your soil is too moist. Cut your watering amount to once per week if we don't have any rain. I can also send someone out to treat it before it gets out of control. Call me back, 389-3491.
You can learn a lot more from Peninsula Pest Control at crittergetter.com.
RV memories begin at General RV, your premier RV dealer. At our Orange Park Supercenter, you will find exclusive discounts and the largest selection of inventory. Our sales, service, and parts experts will help you camp with confidence. Bring home the RV of your dreams with our lowest payments ever and all-time low financing. Plus, we're giving you a trade-in bonus on top of your trade-in value. See why more than 1 million customers have trusted us since 1962. Go to GeneralRV.com or stop by General RV in Orange Park on Wells Road off 295.
Hey, this is First Coast YMCA Sports Commissioner Bert Cannon. Youth sports are back at the Y. We know that now, more than ever, our kids need to experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, flag football, and more. And now, youth sports are free with your family's YMCA membership. Kids Zone 2. Visit fcymca.org to learn all things dad, mom, and kids love to do at the Y.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hate out. You gotta let it breathe. You gotta let that thing breathe. The greatest segments in all of 1010XL. That's right. That is Hate O'Clock. Brought to you by us each and every night. Hate O'Clock. Brought to you by us. And until we can get an OnlyFans account to want to get shouted out, we will. That's all we can say right now. Denny seems like he's got some things really stewing up.
No. Just one text. 372 on the Lifetime Enclosures text line said, apparently elite was a relative term. The staff is shaping up to be ass average.
Ooh.
Meyer is going to fail miserably.
Jeez.
372, I would ask.
Chill out, Jay Gruden.
Yeah,
right.
man.
Maybe I'm wrong on this.
You're still on the website, Jay.
Maybe I'm wrong on this 372. Maybe you do know all these guys in the NFL, but go find me a coaching staff at the NFL level that when they were all hired you thought was elite. See, people don't follow coaching in the NFL like they follow in college.
People don't know nothing about boxing. That's what Roy Jones or Floyd Mayweather's uncle used to say.
He didn't say nothing either.
Yeah, I can't say that. I didn't want you to dump me. I'm not mincy.
Like, I mean, seriously, like when you see these guys hired, the Jets, the Lions, like every new position that's filled, and you start to see this staff, because 372, I'm going to assume that you're not 18 years old because you're listening to Sports Talk Radio at 9:14 at night.
Kemp did.
Right. And Kemp would be a perfect example because he was a little off.
Yes, true.
But I'm going to assume you grew up in the North Turner and Gruden and Shanahan days where you knew all these guys. This isn't those days anymore. Like, you go look at the Rams staff, and how many of those guys do you actually know? 372. Go look at the Packers staff. How many of those guys do you actually know? You didn't even know who. I'm saying you, 372, but I'm talking in general. You didn't know who Matt LaFleur was a couple years ago, their head coach.
You probably don't even know who David Culley is.
Right. Neither does Deshaun. Like, I mean, you can't do that in the NFL level. Look at any staff. The only reason why you know who Eric Bieniemy is because we've been talking about he should have a job for the past 4 years.
3 straight AFC championships helps too.
But tell me how many people know who's the second best team right now? How many people know the Saints staff?
The second best team.
How many people know the Saints staff outside of Sean Payton?
Well, Sean Payton is a little arrogant.
How many people know?
It's always about Sean.
But you know what I mean? Like, okay, go to the Bucks. How many people outside of Byron Leftwich, because you're in Jacksonville, so you know who Byron Leftwich is? I mean, those people do you know?
You on that one.
No, I mean,
it's just not a college thing. It's just different.
You mean not an NFL?
No, it's not. In college, you know the staffs.
I mean,
because they're recruiting.
When you laid out Sanjay Gupta,
it's not Gupta.
He's been on like 75 NFL teams, man.
Right. Including London.
Yeah, he's a bloke that's Indian. So I mean, he checks a lot of boxes.
A lad.
Right.
Is that what it was? It was
a bloke or lad.
He's a minority hire.
He's foreign.
He is that.
So,
I mean, just about any coach hired in the NFL, you have to Google. Any position coach.
I'll say this: if you play Madden, you should know a lot of these coaches. If you play franchise mode, you got to hire.
Wow, they put the position coaches in there.
Really?
You get to if you fire your coach, you go hire somebody else, and you hire the offensive coordinator, different position coach, or at least that's how it used to be. I'll be honest with you.
They have the Rooney Rule in Madden.
No, they don't.
Racist ass game.
They really don't. Man. I'm happy about that. I don't like the Rooney Rule. I wish they would.
It really is just proven to be a joke. Honestly.
It's like if you're not going to use it, what's the purpose?
The one plus that I've heard someone explain to me about what's good about it is, well, at least these guys are getting an opportunity to get interviewed and actually show their face.
That's right. At least we get to go in there and eat the good food.
You get a free meal.
We get to sniff the good food, and when we get the scratch. I don't even mean it like that, but the point is that's just dumb. Like,
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I know what you're doing, Judge, because I've heard that dumbass argument before. like, yeah, I get to come and fly first class.
Well,
eat
and
a little bit.
They also practice. You know, like they gain experience from.
But again, it's just like people will say it's a bad interview, and we got guys talking about biting off kneecaps. I know he's not giving a good interview.
You know, but that owner loved that.
Wait,
though. So that means it was.
That's where Brunell's going?
Yeah, he's gonna be biting off kneecaps.
Brunell's going to bite kneecaps.
Yeah.
I knew Mark was gonna. Mark, people don't know to live in New Orleans. You got to have a little bit up in you now.
Yeah.
You got to know how to go.
I didn't even think about that.
Mark carried a switchblade at the pit. You let the Episcopalian stuff fool you. Don't get it twisted. Mark real in these streets. His name good in the Noya. He going up to Detroit like it ain't nothing. That's why, like Detroit or Jack's Beach. Something about Motown.
I love the tunes.
I can go buy a house for $35,000.
Fair.
I mean, he can get all the house he wants.
Yeah, you could just be a squatter, get it for free.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah, I do have another 8 o'clock.
Jeez, you're just full of vitriol.
Yeah, I am. And this is going to make a lot of people mad.
Oh, I can't wait.
I love that 8 o'clock.
You people who are tweeting about this stock situation.
What do you mean, you people? I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Disgusting.
And about how they can't let the small guy win and all that kind of stuff. Y'all have no idea what you're talking about.
I was thinking about you because you were one of those hedge fund jerks.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have no. What Robin Hood did today was stupid. Mm-hmm. You pay every fine that you pay. Like, there's a cost of doing business. You had a chance if you were Robin Hood to say, no, we're standing with the average person, and Robin Hood's the name. But there's a million Robin Hoods.
That's Robin Hood.
Right. They decided to halt trading, and now they're going to lose a ton of business. They've got an IPO coming out. They just cost themselves billions of dollars.
Right.
But it was probably the SEC, and they're telling them, you ain't taking these trades. They probably didn't have much of a choice.
Government.
Somebody at Robinhood should have said, okay, what's the fine going to be? Here's a check.
It's worth it to eat this.
However, this isn't going to change the way the stock. Y'all aren't being pioneers.
No.
Nothing.
And so many average Joes who bought in at like $200 or whatever. If they don't sell, they're going to be the one holding
the bigger thing.
They're Joe's going to get screwed up.
The bigger thing is they're in these chat rooms right now hearing, hey, we're going to keep running it up. No, you're not. You're not. You don't have as much money as these people on Wall Street have. You're not going to win this.
The purpose of what they did was I did some research on it.
Mm-hmm. They did something been done for years.
No. they did it before the major hedge fund was going to do it. And they drove that hedge fund to go in to start bankruptcy. So what they did was they found out, they got tipped off to something. And then what they did was what was going to happen. They just didn't want it to happen the way it happened. And what they're saying
the
now.
hedge fund
Well,
had
they
already
just knew
done
that
it.
they were shorting all these companies.
Right. So
like
what they did was they got to jump, and the hedge fund didn't get a chance to make the money that they wanted to make. And they're saying that what they're going to do is they're not trying to change. Well, the way they're trying to change it is hedge funds, we peep your game. We're looking at what else you're trying to do. And we're just going to ruin. We're just going to rain on your parade.
It's never going to work.
I don't know if it's going to work.
It's never going to work because that hedge fund that was going to short this stock or did short this stock, like had taken into account the risk they were taking. They just never took into account that they were going to run it up to $300.
Right. And I think
like that's. I mean, hedge funds short stocks every single day.
Right.
It's not as much a, hey, we want this to lose as much as it is. We're hedging our bets.
What I think
on the overall market.
But what I think the problem comes in is CNN and the talking heads say that this is disastrous when the average man does it. You shouldn't do it.
Well, okay, so
let the rich people do it. No, you poors don't do it.
Okay, but here's the problem.
Peons.
This has been done for years and years and years. It's called pump and dump.
Right. There's a show that's great about this called Billions.
But here's the issue, and this is where I'd be cool with this, but 90% of these jokers forgot the dump part.
No.
Well, they're
the people
still
who
in.
are the main people who are in
got it back up today.
The main people who are in it know what they do. The problem is this: is social media is a gift and a curse. Never have we been more connected, but never have we made more stupid people money. And what I mean by that is, like, you were asking me about this company called Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a vehicle for ignorant people to get up there and talk all day about absolutely nothing. And when I say all day, I mean people spend hours in rooms talking.
SportsDen?
Basically. It's
wow.
That's a good one. I didn't really think you caught me off guard with that, JJ. But like Reddit, Fifth Quarter, a lot of these places where idiots run them, like you're able to go in there and you're able to pose this, and you may really and truly know what you're talking about. The moderators for that forum, there are different people who really know, and then what people see is they take that, and I see it with my stuff all the time. I'm going to take your insider knowledge without your context, and I'm going to put it on another platform so that I can look smart.
Right.
It's less dangerous, and you only run the risk of me punching you in the mouth when it's the fifth quarter. When it's the stocks, you run the risk of, oh my God, I just put my $1,000 in savings in here, and now it's $3,000-$4,000. I'm gonna keep it in there until you realize what happens when something crashes, and now you have nothing.
Right.
And you couldn't get out, or what Robinhood was doing. What would have been detrimental, probably would have been a class action later on, when they weren't allowing people to do any transactions. So like you may want to dump your stock, but they're not letting you dump that stock, which I don't know if the legality or not.
They ended up just not letting you buy more, right?
And
is that what it
you're
was?
allowed to get off of your position.
And some of them, they sold their stock. And it was in their interest of their own, they're saying for the interest of their own good.
If I bought something at $20 and it was $300, I wouldn't still have it.
Well, yeah, I'm with you. Like I actually thought about, I was gonna buy AMC today through I wasn't downloading Robinhood, but I was gonna buy it through Cash App because you can buy stocks through Cash App. It was at $10, and I know that was one of the ones everybody's talking about. But hell, that thing went down about $8.50. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm glad it didn't go through. I'm glad I had to ask more questions because the only things that I invest in right now are tech stocks, which they're not IPOs yet. They're more secure because one of them's actually essentially the Robinhood for crypto, or will be the Robinhood for crypto. So it's not based in one. Whatever. Bottom line is those are the things that I like to invest in. That's cooler. But it was kind of cool to see people pretend like they knew about stocks and like go into these details. And it was refreshing to see them talk about sports. What was really refreshing is to see Ted Cruz, Barstool president, and AOC agree about something.
No,
that was crazy.
I agree with them. I agree with them on the Robinhood stuff and all that stuff. Like Dom says, and I know he's being funny, but he says Denny is anti-peon, is trying to downplay a victory by the little man. No, Denny's not. Like all I'm saying is I hope all of them got out of the position. I hope that they're not getting ready to ride this crash right back down.
And I think
like
there's a sucker
because
born
if
every
the goal
minute.
if the
you
goal
think they're
was
gonna win, you're a fool.
Yeah, if the goal was like 599 said, bullcrap, Melvin Capital sank. If that was the goal, then okay, cool.
That's what they said the goal was, and they're looking for a different one.
Then why did everybody show their balances like?
Because see, you're looking at the stupid people, and I get it. You need the dumb you need the dumb people to make the wave. They create it. But the top of the wave is the people who are actually like there's a guy who put his manifesto up there why he's doing it because his family went bankrupt or his family almost lost everything in 08 or 09
I did
when it crashed. So I'm saying like he's saying this is what my father did and came back and this is why I'm doing it. Now other people are just riding the wave, no different than the bubble stocks in the 2000s, no different than any of these crazy waves. So
that's what I was going to say though, James, is like 599. Trust me, like I lost everything because a broker or a bank had leveraged everything. So when I should have lost a little, I lost a ton. I was in the business. I want this to happen. I'm just saying, like, this ain't gonna work.
Right. You gotta, if you are, again, this is where you need logic and common sense to come into play. If you are a person who has absolutely zero experience in stocks and you got a tip, understand when is double dutch, baby. Jump in and jump out.
Because you know what's going to happen. There's going to be cats putting everything they own into this.
But that's not, like, that ain't the person we talk about. That's the person who beat me in a foot race when we was 5 and was telling everybody how he was just as good as me when I was playing at an elite level.
Yep.
There are dumb people like that everywhere. You can't help them. The only thing you can do is, this is why I do food drives. Like literally here, you can't go out and I'm not knocking anybody. Everybody has their own thing, but there are a lot of people who literally need you to hand them this stuff and make sure that they don't harm themselves. But then there are people who can be enterprising, who understand that I got 500. I was gonna buy some shoes, and them shoes got me this. And okay, I'm gonna at least take my shoe money back out.
Yep.
And now I'm playing with house money.
And if you lose it, you lose it.
It's actually what I did. And now the problem I have with this is I don't know how to get it out. It's what I did with Bitcoin. Like I didn't put money into Bitcoin that I was willing to lose that.
Yeah.
Like it's what my grandmother taught me about gambling. Never walk into the casino with more money than you're willing to lose.
Or an ATM card.
Like or ATM. Because if it's in your pocket, just go ahead and say that that's gone. You was ready to blow that. Or never loan people money that
you expect to get
back. Like if you give it to them, you give it to them, and if you get it back, it's a blessing. It's a praise it. But for the most part, once it goes out of your pocket, it ain't never returning. So, but if you really came out there and you try to invest just to like make a quick flip, and that's not what you're doing, it's just like all my friends day trading. Like, and they're trying to tell me, hey, read this book, cuz like learn how to date that. No, I'm too ADD to sit there and look at that all day and be clicking buttons and stuff. They show me their money. Some are making money. A lot are making what they think is. So you know how I am. So I could be sitting here. I could be at home for 3 weeks, do absolutely nothing. Get a call. I make 20,000, just like that. The problem with me is that I know that can happen. I can't sit in front of a computer all day to make $300. Like I'd rather sleep or train some kids.
The people that talk about how much money they made hadn't even paid attention to how much money the market made, and they actually probably did worse than the market if they'd have just invested in an index fund. But that's another story for another day.
And that's
like
not
I do it too,
and that was exciting today.
Right, I do it too. And listen, text line, I am pro the movement. Like, just understand when you go tell your neighbor about it, leave out the part about how much money you made. Because your neighbor may put his kid's college fund in there, and then next thing you know, he gets stuck.
Don't tell people. Just let's be.
But we're all for Wall Street losing $70 billion.
Yeah, please. Hit them with that. Hit them because they got bailed out. They get all this other stuff.
I agree with all that.
It's just like
Wall Street and colleges.
Yeah, bump them, man. Colleges. You see them
what
brand
a
the
scam
colleges
that is.
again.
Dude, colleges. Don't even get me started on that. This is.
It's the big. I've said it's the biggest racket. And it's not the school. The tuition ain't. It's always tell people, oh, you should be happy about getting your college scholarship. Man, I was poor. My college was paid for through Pell Grant. It didn't matter. It's that damn housing. Smith Hall, which they've torn down at Florida State, was built like damn near in the 1800s, like right when the school started. They charging people like $4,000 a semester to stay in Smith Hall.
And they want us to feel sorry for them
And
right now.
roaches,
No.
Air conditioning wall units, linoleum
Crappy
flooring.
football program.
Yeah, all that.
Having to sell lemonade to fire coach.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with these people, man? Out here mustering up $36 booster campaigns a year. I hate college.
We got to take a break. We're way behind. We'll get now that Mark Brunell was hired.
Is that you want to do a 8 o'clock round too?
No.
You hate Mark Brunell?
No, I love
Are you
Mark.
jealous?
I've already texted him. Like, I love Mark. I was gonna talk about him.
Miami fired.
We got to talk about Matt Rule.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt Rule in the Senior Bowl, coaching to win. We'll get
Love
to
it,
that
man.
coming up next.
He's 1010XL's Radio Road Grader, Leon Searcy. Noon to 1:30 weekdays on XL Primetime. On 1010XL.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your renter's insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Great. As a minimalist, I need simple insurance.
Nice place. No furniture?
Nothing spark joy, except for this fruit bowl.
Well, with Liberty Mutual, you only pay for what you need, so there's that.
I mean, look, so beautiful, so empty again.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Shorter daylight hours cutting into your golf game? Russ Libby here from Hidden Hills Golf Club, letting you know that 9 is fine. Check out our 9-hole golf rates starting at just $25 and keep your game sharp during the winter months.
Are you having trouble in the bedroom? If so, we can't help you. But if you're having trouble in the boardroom and your business needs a lift, Beeson 4 can improve your performance with safe, effective digital marketing. Beeson 4's PPC, social media, and SEO services stretch your marketing dollars, helping your budget last longer and your results grow stronger. Look, there's no magic pill. If you're not using digital marketing, you're probably falling flat. Let Beeson 4 help get your business mojo on. Visit BESON4.com. That's Beeson4.com.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Looking to be your own boss in a proven business model like construction and working outdoors? Superior Fence and Rail is franchising in new markets all over the Southeast, from Birmingham to Savannah, and even a few more markets in Florida. Come win with us and redefine the fence industry. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail to learn more about starting a fence franchise today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. As you're searching for logo safety items like hand sanitizers, face masks, and shields, remember Hardball Creative online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
National Signing Day is a big deal.
Wednesday, February 3rd.
With big targets remaining for the Gators, Knowles, Dogs, and Canes. Find out how they'll finish on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell.
If one of your resolutions was to spend more time together, get a Valentine's Day gift you both can enjoy all year round. A set of custom cornhole boards from Mystic Cornhole Company. You'll both love it at mysticcornholecompany.com.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost or broken keys and keyless entry remotes. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
So what are we talking about, Matt Rule? What happened?
Oh, Matt Rule. Let me go look up our trusty.
The Carolina Panthers head coach.
All right, you know what I hate? Like, the thing I always hate is people talking about culture. And like the assumption that dialect and these little cultural like, was it colloquialisms?
Sure.
Colloquialisms?
Calligraphy? Anyways, like, you know,
California.
Yeah.
Oh.
What Matt Rule did is definitely very California. The amount of money to have a contractor.
Still don't know what you were trying
I don't
to
even know
say.
what
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
But I like Matt Rule has this thing where he's basically saying who's coachable.
Hold on, I'm sorry. The fact that he's saving these, does it not just like is he on our team or not?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he's supposed
I
to.
bet he hasn't saved any of his.
Like,
if it's preventable.
He's supposed to give us hackers.
I really haven't saved
Not
any of
us.
mine.
Exactly.
But
sorry, go ahead.
He said
I like a good Merlot every once in a while.
stuff that I believe. Like, I always say people like, oh, that kid's a terrible kid. And you know how you get the kid and you're like, I like that kid.
Mm-hmm.
You ask, like, why is that kid? Well, it's just the way he talks to adults. He doesn't say yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Rule's like, saying yes, sir doesn't make it coachable.
Right, which is
Get where you
correct.
can see me, please. Hey, let me just say this now. Saying yes, sir does not mean you're coachable, right? Like, some guys, you say something to them and they're like, they want to argue and they go, yes, sir. That's not coachable, and I do not want to coach that guy. Like, if you're not out here and every play you don't want to be coached, like, if every play you're not trying to get better, okay, saying yes, sir does not mean you're coachable. Look at someone in the eye, having like football conversations means you're coachable. If every play you're perfect, then we don't need to be at this game. Okay, you should be coached on every play. I hope you respect the fact that the coaching staff is trying to coach you on every play. A lot of coaching staffs might have come out here and been like, man, let's just evaluate these players. We're trying to coach you. So get all that out of your system. I know your college coach was nice to you or something. Like, I don't care. Like let's freaking work at each other. The harder you get coached, the more we have to then coach. And you'll get better. So let's try to get 9 on 7, punt, and then team. That's all we got left. Let's try to like take this up a notch.
Are you speeding it up?
One-on-ones and all that.
No, that's how he talks.
9 on 7 is 9 on 7. Let's have a little physicality, stay off the ground. Everybody on the same page?
Like,
all right, 9 on 7.
Everybody on the same page.
I mean, that's actually impressive.
Like, he puts you got the by day my dad will work with kids? Or is that something he said, or is that just like a quote?
What?
No, he said this in He said this in 2016. By day, my dad will work with kids at this elite private school, and at night and on weekends, he would go run the youth center and run midnight basketball until 2 a.m. in rough neighborhoods. My dad was never the head pastor of a church. That was never really his calling. That was my dad's ministry. Basically saying, like, that's why he's always in God's face, and he's trying to get something out of him, like his pops did. I don't like Matt Rule per se. Just something about him. It looks weird.
You never have, yeah.
I like that though.
I do too.
He's just upset what he looks like.
That
I can't
look.
say.
He does look weird.
It's just something. I don't know what he looks. He just looks weird.
James
now
has
we know
never
that
liked Matt Rule.
He talks very quickly.
Well, part of it is because I think Matt Rule's full of crap 90% of the time. When he said, like at Temple, he said it's not about the money, and then he left to go to Baylor for the money. It's always about the money. I don't like people just like White Mike at Memphis the year, like right before he left to go to Florida State, says everybody talks about his Power 5. Like, how do I know I want to go there? I'm happy where I'm at. Then boom, the minute FSU offers, see y'all, I'm out of here. But what Matt was saying was so true, and it resonates to me because there's something that I hate way more than Matt Rule. Words like culture, words like locker room guys, words like this, where people are spending more time judging your nonverbals and not even the nonverbals that you need that put your life at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Just like some of us, like me, if I'm just sitting down and I'm not thinking about anything, you might think I'm mad,
mm-hmm.
and really, it's just how I have resting B face,
mm-hmm.
as they say. But if you come talk to me, boom, I might brighten up, smile. You didn't even think about like maybe I could go help this guy get his day better. Your first thought was that I'm a mean person, and in the locker room, there's no room for that. Nobody cares. Like, it's all about, oh, this guy isn't good because he had a rough day, or he yelled at me, or he did this. And coaches are just as sensitive
mm-hmm.
as fans are. Like, I don't care if you tell me yes, sir, all day. I care that you have done what I asked you to do. I deal with it with my 7-year-old. He says yes, sir, to me, but part of that is probably fear of destruction. I don't care if he talks back per se. I tell him to check it. When it gets out of hand, I check. What I care is I gave you a task. Did you complete the task that I asked you to?
Mm-hmm.
And when I come to tell you, if I come at you and you tell me no, better have a good damn reason you didn't complete that task. And then, like you were saying, we can have that conversation. But if we're not having a conversation on how to get to the completion of this task, there's a belt coming, or there's some kind of punishment coming. Taking the PlayStation, taking the Switch, whatever comes to it. Same concept with coaching. Same concept with life. Like if you like this, I'm a goal-oriented person. I just want results. I don't care about the feelings and all of those other things, because I don't know if you guys have gone to JEA during this COVID time, but I can't go up there and I can't write a check with feelings. And you can have a Care Bear checkbook, but if the Care Bear, but it ain't gonna come with Care Bear dollars. I think that the people, and that's not on kids. That's not on culture. That's on the adults. And that's why when people say these kids these days, no, it's you people who raise these kids.
I'll tell you what I appreciate about the way he's doing this, because he's actually in that he calls out other coaches
yep,
who take that gig to go to the Senior Bowl just to analyze. The reality is he's doing the same thing. He's just doing it differently. Like guys at that level, high level guys, they want to be coached. That's when you find out who they are. That's when you get the best out of them. If you're a coaching staff that's, we're just in Mobile to analyze you, then you're not going to get the best of them. Like if your goal is to put them in NFL situations and put heat on them to see how they're going to respond, they're not yet millionaires.
Right.
Now's the time to find out, okay, I can still coach these guys that are fresh out of college like their college coach coached them, and I can only do this for a week. But when I'm talking to you, I'm trying to help you get to this level. Like at the end of the day, we all have the same goal. Yes, I'm evaluating you, but you're also being evaluated by 30 other teams here, minus the other coaching staff.
Right.
So, I mean, I can appreciate that he's putting that energy, and you can tell by how fast he was talking about it, he's thought about this.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't something that he just said randomly. He's thought about, okay, how are we attacking this week? And they've decided as a staff, we're going to attack this week like we attack a football season. We're going to coach these guys to be NFL players. And just saying yes, sir, isn't good enough. Just saying yes, sir, and then not doing it, to your point, you're not going to last in the league.
It's just like sorry.
Right.
I don't need your sorry.
Exactly.
I need the results.
The same thing.
I need the results, man. And I think that's where a lot of people just fail to realize. And it is dope because he was right. If you've ever been in an All-Star game, even at the combine, like I don't need you yelling at me at the combine though.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, nobody really cares. They're there to watch you and evaluate and be hands off, not correct you. And I would accept it and I would take what he's taking, because I was able to, and I've always told people, take it with a grain of salt. Even if it's not for you, take it now and forget about it.
Yep.
Because you may come here to Jacksonville and they'll teach you the same thing a different way, but how you respond to this guy and his staff can give you that. Like if you and another guy are on even terms, that could give you the edge. And that's the beautiful thing about being at the Senior Bowl, is that you are being coached by NFL staff, which is a leg up over your competition.
And they're putting themselves out there because they're out there in front of all of their contemporaries, showing their coaching style, showing all that kind of stuff. That at times can be awkward. I like you have not thought much of Matt Rule. Not that I don't like him. I just haven't thought much of him.
Right.
I like that. I like that. I'll give you a real life example. I know we got a break to what you were saying. For the longest time, and people still say this to me, people have described Joey Gatewood as arrogant.
Facts.
And you don't know Joey. He's not arrogant in any way, shape, or form. People have said he's not a hard worker. He is one of the hardest.
Been a lot.
Right. But how many times have you heard it?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
He's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Joey is an introvert who likes to be pushed and coached. Just because you saw him at a game when he was a 10th grader doesn't mean you know him.
When I trained Joey at Bartram Trail that year when I did the summer, I cussed Joey out. But after people took that, but then I seen him like a year later, it's changed. And the funny thing is, people made an assumption about he was 14, 15 years old.
Right.
And it just came. It's not that he doesn't work hard; things just come easy to him. Like I told him because I saw him jog a 4.6. It pissed me off. I said, "Dude, if you were my kid, I would punch you right now." And he was like, "Why?" I said, "Because it comes so easy." But he does. He works hard though.
Right.
When push, when you find, but with anybody, you find that trigger. And that's why I like what Matt Rhule's doing. You find that trigger and you push on that trigger.
Yep.
And you can only find that trigger when there's a trust and that guy thinks that you have his best interest in mind. And the only way you can know that is if you actually go beyond.
Yep. If you get uncomfortable.
Non-verbals.
Yep.
Yes or no. So you're trying to understand where that person's coming from. Then you guys meet together. That's why you see some coaches and players always have this great relationship. That's why you can hear me talk about Bobby in a way that other people don't talk about Bobby. You can hear people talk about Mickey Andrews in a way that other people don't talk about Mickey Andrews. This guy might love him. This guy might have wanted to fight Mickey Andrews. I personally like my position coach. There's some guys who play for my position coach that can't stand him. But whatever happened, whether it was me being so hungry and wanting to play that I overreached, or him seeing something in me and saying, you know what, I think I could develop this guy. But my demeanor and my candor was understood by him and other people's weren't. And I think that's when you think you got the right people on the bus, bump all that culture talk. You need to figure out how to speak their language.
Yep, exactly. We're going to take our final break. We'll be right back to wrap up the Sports Den.
You never know what's going to happen.
If we played them 10 times, they might win 9, but not this game.
And that's the beauty of sports.
Not tonight.
1010XL.
Screw them.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Baloo here for the Blue Crab House, Maryland style crab house right here in Jacksonville. They're up. The guidelines remain the same. All right, distances between tables, all employees masked and gloved, tableware and chairs sanitized after every use. Now, curbside pickup available. Open each and every day except for Monday, 4:30 through 9. For the best, just go to the bluecrabcrabhouse.com, located on Julington Creek Road.
Are you happy with your current job in the HVAC industry? Weather Engineers employs Jacksonville's best, and they're looking to expand the family. If you have 2 to 3 years experience in commercial and residential HVAC installation, call Weather Engineers. You'll truly feel like part of the team. They offer quality benefits, bonuses, and paid time off. Right now, new hire installers will even earn a sign-on bonus. Go to weatherengineers.com and click on Career Opportunities at the top of the page.
I'm the hacker Ryan Green. Listen for my recruiting profiles leading up to college football's National Signing Day, Wednesday, February 3rd. Brought to you by McGowan's Heating and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimbar, Smith & Wesson, Sig Sauer, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Nice. George left me a message about those orange circles in my yard.
Please enter your password.
Hey, hacker. It's George Richardson with Peninsula Pest Control. And no, you're not bothering me. Call me anytime. What I think you're seeing is large patch fungus, and it's because your soil is too moist. Cut your watering amount to once per week if we don't have any rain. I can also send someone out to treat it before it gets out of control. Call me back, 389-3491.
You can learn a lot more from Peninsula Pest Control at crittergetter.com.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Petty Friday tomorrow on the Sports Den. We had a texter texting about Ben Roethlisberger and his cap hit this year. Ben Roethlisberger saying that he is ready to restructure his contract. You know what his cap hit for the 2021 season is?
What?
$41.25 million.
Yeah, I think they're ready to restructure his contract.
Exactly. He ain't $41 million good. And they're saying, nah, see all these young quarterbacks coming out? You know, we can go get Matt Stafford for half that.
Facts.
I wanted to talk to another Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback about the fact that the U.S. Navy has an UFO patent application that says they tested a space-time modification weapon.
Well, you're going to luck because Joshua Dobbs texted me yesterday. Happy birthday, by the way, Joshua Dobbs.
Nice.
Yesterday was his birthday. And he'll be in town in a couple weeks for some work. So we'll get him in.
I got some NASA questions.
Yeah, we'll get him in.
Because to me, that sounds like we're trying to create like a black hole type. I'm not even sure.
I don't know what it sounds
I'll leave
like.
it to him.
Roethlisberger said today, I want to do everything I can and made that very clear to them from the very beginning that it was my idea to basically help the team however I can this year. I don't care about my pay at all this year.
Hold on, I got a soundbite for that one.
You do?
We don't believe
you. You need more people. Okay, I thought somebody really documented him saying this because I don't.
Well, he said,
I don't believe it.
He said, it says Roethlisberger, in this according to Pro Football Talk, indicated that he views 2021 as his last and best chance to win a Super Bowl ring. He doesn't want his cap hit to hold the Steelers back. He says, I'm pretty sure I want to go one more year because I think I can do it and give us a real chance at winning. Would it make you appreciate Ben Roethlisberger more if next week you found out he's playing his final year for $5 million?
No, it wouldn't.
Really?
Or for free?
No, I don't. Like, none of that means anything for me. Like, I think when you're washed, you're washed. Unless he's
doing he's washed?
Yeah, he's getting there.
Yeah.
He's
Unless they
close.
did that and, like, they brought in, like, they brought in, like, this ironclad offensive line. And they really did sell out just
Did he have a bad year?
I don't think, like, I'm not saying he's watched because he had a bad year. Like, all right, we said Drew Brees is kind of long in the tooth now. Tom Brady has an elite wide receiver, good tight end. Imagine having 3 elite wide receivers, a decent running back, and one of the offensive lines that's traditional.
So you're saying the Steelers thinking about Deshaun Watson coming?
Like, imagine anybody behind that. Like,
Stafford dealing to those receivers?
It's not fair. The league would block it. Well, no, he's a free agent, so they can't. No, it would have to be a trade.
Oh, my gosh. Ben Roethlisberger has made $253 million.
It's a lot of money, man.
Wow. Yeah, and he's due to make 19, but the cap hits 41 next year. Sounds like he should have lowered the cap hit last year or 2 years ago when it was $40 million. And they lost Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
Who are playing the Super Bowl?
Well, one is. The other one's inactive.
Hey. Doesn't matter.
No, I think they're both supposed to be active on it.
Are they?
Yeah. They're not really doing much. But.
Well, we got to get out of here before game banging ends. So that's our cue right there. We'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Tell your friends. We'll talk to you tomorrow at Petty Friday.
What you doing? Just how many lives do you have to win?
It's the biggest game of the season.